And today I will be showing you how to make sidewalk chalk. It's a convenient, fun way for you to have chalk in your house. It's a lot cheaper and you can make it with your friends, by yourself, or with family members. And it's really simple. The main ingredients are products that you can find around your house. The only things you actually have to go out to buy most likely would be the main thing needed, which is plaster of Paris. All it really is just like a powdered cement, and it hardens when it's added to the liquid. The other thing you'll need to buy is this tempera paint. You can use it as a liquid or powdered form, and if your stores around you don't have that, you can use acrylic paint or even food coloring. Most craft stores will have both of the ingredients, and the other products that you'll need are found around the house. For the mold, you need something like a toilet roll tissue, and the other things you need are cling wrap, wax paper. Also, you need just a simple plate. Others are scissors and tape, and then all you need is a plastic cup and a cup with water and a plastic spoon. So to start off making this, first thing you do is you take the empty cup and you fill it with about 3 generous scoops of the plaster of Paris. Next, you add about half as much water to the plaster of Paris. You don't want to make it too liquid, but you don't want to make it too stiff either. So after you've added those, you just stir consistently. As you're stirring, you may realize that you need to add either more plaster of Paris or more water. You'd rather have it on the thick side than on the thin side because it'll take less time for it to set as you're letting it harden. So you just want to continue to stir, and once you've got it at a solid consistency, you can add your coloring. So all you do then is you take the paint, and you want to add a generous amount of this as well, because the more coloring, the better it'll show up on the sidewalk. You want to add quite a bit. Then you just continue to stir longer until all the colors are well blended. And as you stir, you want it to eventually look something like this. It's a good consistency. The colors are all mixed well together. And so once you have that, you can just set it aside. And you're going to want to take some wax paper to fill the inside of your mold. So you just rip out some. You rip it off, and then you can cut it so it's not too much, you don't have too much extra after you fill it your toilet paper roll. You just tear that out, and then you're going to fold it so that it can fit well inside here. This is important so that once you fill your mold with the plaster of Paris, it doesn't stick as you're trying to cut open the mold at the end. Once you have it in there, you can cut off the excess amount. And then when you're done with that, you just take some tape and tape it so it doesn't move. You want to tape the inside and out. And then when you finish that, you can take the cling wrap or saran wrap. You're going to use this for the bottom so that as you're filling the mold, the plaster of Paris doesn't fall out or slip through any holes. So you rip some off. You want a fairly large amount, and you're going to fill it on the bottom. You tape it up just like you did with the wax paper. And you want to fill the whole bottom so that it can look like this. You don't want any holes again, because if the liquid spills out, it will be a big mess. So once you've done that, you just take the plaster of Paris you made earlier and scoop it in to your mold. You can fill as much as you want. It doesn't really matter. You just want to try and not get it around the sides so it doesn't stiffen as you're pouring it in. Or when you're trying to take it out, it'll be easier. So I've made one earlier that, as you can see, is already hardened. Once it's a solid consistency, after about 20 minutes, you can just take your scissors and cut open the mold. The wax paper makes this very easy. And then you can just rip it off. And then you have your chalk, and we can go see how it works. See? And that's how you make chalk. Thanks.